Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from SimpleProgrammer.com. So I got this question from Vladimir, and Vladimir says, "Hey John, I've got a tricky question for you. All right? You define the term, quote, retirement as the ability to do things you like and not the things you have to do in order to make money. At the same time, you often say you want to create computer games and someday will. Does it mean that you're not actually retired? Because if you are, shouldn't you start creating games as it's the thing where your passion belongs? Thanks, Vladimir." So, dang, you got to put me on the spot here, man. Like, gosh. So in some degree, you're right? So, it's weird. I mean, how do you really define retirement? I consider myself retired. Why? Because I have enough passive income coming in from my real estate and other investments that I don't have to work if I don't want to. I could work on what I want to. So in that sense, I'm retired. Obviously, I'm still doing YouTube videos. Obviously, I'm still writing blog posts. I'm still running Simple Programmer. So I'm running this business. In my ideal world, would I like to just create video games? I guess, I don't know. I guess so. But why am I doing what I'm doing with Simple Programmer? Well, I'll tell you, it's not for the money, because I don't spend a lot of money. Like, I've got a 10-year-old car. I'm pretty happy with not a whole lot of stuff, right? I prefer to have time than money. But I enjoy, even though sometimes I don't like doing the stuff that I do, there's certain stuff you have to do to run a business. I do. And I do enjoy being an entrepreneur, and I do enjoy helping people and growing this business and doing things like these YouTube videos. It's cool. It's cool to see something that you're building growing. And so, I don't know. I mean, I'm choosing to do that, right, with my time. So I guess even though I say, my dream would be to create video games, I don't know. Maybe that's not 100% true. Or maybe, I still have other things I want to do in the business world, I think, before I would go into that. And maybe I'll change my mind and go into that. I guess, but here's the thing, right? I guess that really answers your question. I mean, that kind of defines retirement. I get to choose what I want to do. I mean, we all get to choose what we want to do to some degree, but I have options open to me, and I'm choosing to continue to work on Simple Programmer right now and not do video game development, but I could change that in the future if I want to. And that's kind of the value of it. So this is a good question. I mean, you caught me, right? I'm thinking, because I got to think about this a little bit. And I mean, part of, I've been talking about this a little bit, but I'm still trying to figure things out. Like, what should I be doing and what do I actually want to do? I'm actually going to go to, this might sound a little cheesy, but next week I'm going to Tony Robbins' seminar, like a 6-day seminar called Date with Destiny, and I'm going to be hopefully exploring some of these ideas of what do I want to do with my life and what is valuable, and how do I want to spend my time. So these are good questions. I mean, and here's the other thing I would say, Vladimir, is everyone should be kind of thinking about this, because I didn't really think about this, until I sort of was there, right? I always thought about, someday I want to retire young, and I had this plan, but I never thought about what would happen when I got there. And so it's something to think about. I'll actually do a video on that topic, so I don't want to go too much into that. But yeah, so anyway, thanks for asking that question. That's a good question. I guess, it depends on what your perspective is on whether or not you would call me retired or not. But it's interesting to think about. And also, just to think about what would you do if you had all the time in the world, you didn't have to worry about money. And there's certain degrees of this too, I think, as well, right? There's certain things that you would do when you have enough money coming in to pay the rent and the bills and everything, and you could get by. But there's also certain things you would do if you had enough passive income coming in that it was a large amount. You do a different set of things. So it's important to consider these things in planning your goals in your life and what you want to do. Most people don't even think about this. I didn't. So now I think about it quite a bit. So anyway, hopefully that answers your question. I'll answer any question. So ask me a question if you want to if you want to know what I think about something, about my personal life, whatever it is, email me at john@simpleprogrammer.com. And if you like these videos, subscribe to the channel. Take care.